Hey everyone, Mark Saltzman here for day 9 of our 12 days of unboxing. I hope you've been enjoying the video so far. We've done just over a week's worth, and today it's the latest in the Roku family. Of course, these are these on-demand streaming media boxes that give you access to more than 2,500 channels. So you connect this to your TV, and then you've got access to a ton of services, whether it's like the likes of Netflix, Showtime, there's Vudu, there's Hulu, there's Amazon Video, Instant Video, and much, much more, including some free ones as well, like YouTube and Crackle, and some music streaming services and games as well. Some classic games like Angry Birds and Tetris, and some fun casual games that you can play through your TV with this one new box. It's $129 US, and it does have some bells and whistles not found in its predecessors, namely now 4K support. So for those TVs that offer 4 times the resolution of HD, this new Roku 4 box will support that, and voice search through the remote, where it really just simplifies how to find what you're looking for instead of having to type it in. We'll get to all that momentarily, but let's unbox the new Roku 4. Maybe you unwrapped one from Christmas and you're excited to get going. This is what it looks like here. So first and foremost, you get the media streaming box. It's a lot flatter and wider than previous Rokus. The other ones were a little bit more like a little bit larger than a hockey puck. So this one is more flat, it's flattened more, and it is wider, but it does have a faster processor, perfect for supporting that 4K streaming content, and some other cool things which we're going to get to. So firstly, on this side, it's got a USB port. If you do want to connect media, maybe you've got some photos, music, and videos on a thumb drive, a USB stick, you can do that. On the back of the Roku 4, you've got a few different ports here. So from left to right, we've got an Ethernet jack. So if you don't want to use the Wi-Fi, of course it has built-in Wi-Fi, but you know, a wired LAN connection is much faster and more reliable than Wi-Fi. And if you're streaming 4K content, you may prefer that, so long as you've got the Ethernet in that room, the wireless, that router or modem. Beside that, we've got an optical audio output. So that's perfect if you want multi-channel surround sound. It does support that if you have a number of speakers and a sub, maybe an audio video receiver. That's what you'll use for audio. Otherwise, beside that is HDMI, which of course handles both video as well as audio in one cable. So that's there, but you don't get the HDMI cable in the box, as you'll see in a moment. And then there's the power slot. So that's just where the plug goes to put it into the wall, because you do need power. There's also a button on the top of the Roku, which you may notice here. It may be hard to see because it's black on black, but it is shiny like the number 4. And it looks like a picture of the remote, and that is a new remote finder feature. So if you can't find the remote, maybe it's stuck in the couch cushions, you can't find it, it's in your sofa, you just press and hold this button and you'll be able to find the remote that way. So that's what the hardware looks like. That's the main bit of hardware, the Roku 4. So it's a little bit wider than previous ones. So I'm sure that's not going to bother too many folks. So in the box, you get a starter kit. You get the instruction booklet to get you going. So that's it. We don't need to open up that. Here is the new remote, which, as I mentioned earlier, has a microphone built in. So now, instead of having to type on that soft or on-screen keyboard to try to find what you're looking for, there's a built-in mic, so you can simply say the name of the show or movie that you're after, director's name and actor's name, and it'll search. This came out, by the way, before the new Apple TV. So Roku had it first using voice support. There's also some quick launch buttons to some of the more popular streaming services. Here it says Netflix, Amazon, Rdio for music, and Slingbox, if you haven't tried that service yet. You may also notice video game like A and B buttons. So if you hold the remote horizontally, right, in landscape mode rather than vertical, you can actually play some games. Again, more simple, classic games, puzzle kind of games on your TV as one of your 2,500 plus channels. So that's what the remote looks like. It is pretty comfortable, and it does have a headphone jack in the side. So should you want to, listen to a TV show or a movie and you don't want to bother your significant other, you do get the earbuds in the box. They're okay, decent sound. You can of course use any of them. It's a standard 3.5mm slot. So you get the purple tipped earbuds in the box as well. Let's see what else you get. You get 2 batteries for the remote. It's got 2 AA's. You get 2 Duracells in the box. And finally, the power cable. So just a standard, again, it's like a little mini jack that goes into the back of the Roku 4 to power it up. You do not get the HDMI cable, so but you can pick one up at your local dollar store, seriously, and it's the same basically quality, unless you want to pay through the nose for a longer cable with better shielding, some gold tip connectors and so on, a brand name. Otherwise, you can get away with one from your local dollar store. So that's a look at the new Roku 4. Again, more than 2,500 channels are supported. All the big shows that you know and love. Some of them are in 4K, like House of Cards and lots of other great shows, and more content that's going to be available in 4K going forward. So if you did get yourself a new 4K or Ultra HD TV, you're in luck. It's got the new voice support, the remote finder. You can follow feeds of your favorite shows. You can do that simple voice search, as I mentioned, and more games and content than ever before. So a great little buy. It's $129. You can learn more about it at Roku.com. That's ROKU.com. I'm Mark Saltzman. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.